see my goatee. Whatever. So I am home from my dermatology appointment. I'm just going to wait a little bit for some people to jump on. I was going to go outside, but it's really windy out. I don't feel like dealing with it. Hey, Jane Ann. Hey, Jeanette. Hey, Sheila. Hey, Dorinda. Hi, Joanne. Hi, Laura. Got people popping in. Hi, Candy. Hi, honey. Hey, Shannon. Trying to read. My eyes so blurry from eye exam check. Oh. Hey, TME. Hi, Diane. Hey, Kathy. I know, just a few weeks till Bloomsburg. Woo woo. Hi, Linda. Hi, Mindy Lackey. LOL. Because I wasn't just talking to you. I was going to go live on my way home, but Mindy and I were on a video chat, which was really cool because today is Mindy's anniversary. Hey, Bonnie. Holly. And I got the privilege of being on a video call with her when they exchanged their gifts. I'm not going to tell you what they gave each other, but it was awesome. Hey, Vicky. It was awesome. I'll let Mindy share that with you guys. Hi, Janice. Hey, Eminem. So let's start with today's visit. Had my dermatology check. And I can tell you that since I've been going to them since 2016, I have never gone without them having to freeze a spot somewhere on my face. There's always some little like precancerous little thing going on. And today was the first time I did not have to have anything frozen off. Yay! I do suffer with some eczema. And I'm sorry if I'm missing people saying hello to me because I'm trying to keep my thoughts straight. And, but wait, honey, there's more. So my eczema has been driving me crazy lately. I got a spot on my back that I've just been digging at. And I don't know if you guys can even see, you can see the little crusties going through here. That's some dried up eczema. And it's making me mad because it's messing with my cute tiger. That's for my dad. So since I used to get stuff, this steroid cream that I could put on anything, any kind of breakout I had. And I mean, it worked okay. There's nothing that's going to cure it, but it can help, minimize it and help, yes, yay, no free spots. And just help clear it up a little faster. So I've kind of let that go. I had the breast cancer and all that, and that was my main thoughts. But now my eczema's kind of starting to go crazy again, and it's driving me nuts. So they've got this new cream. It's non-steroidal, which is great. And I'm sorry, it's it looked like a boob, but it's actually my Billy Buffalo. I love my Billy Buffalo. Hey, Susan. So this cream is supposed to work really well. It actually has to get shipped out of New York City. It's easier to get that way, and the doctor's office doesn't have to deal with the insurance. That company does, so they've already contacted me and said they're going to call and it'll just get shipped right here. So when I get that, yay, I can put that stuff on. So that was pretty much it for today's visit. Nothing else exciting. So obviously from the picture that I put on this video, the test results are in. It does say that it hasn't been reviewed by my doctors yet, but it was reviewed by the doctor reading the scan, and they're the ones that write it all up. So I had to read it several times. A couple words I had to look up because I was like, well, what is that? Um, I'm going to cut right to the chase. There's no cancer. That's the best news ever. I finally got to go. So, um, yep, no cancer. Um, anywhere up top, and they also get some of my organs and everything looked good there. But not 100% good news. But it's not bad news. Or I should say, it's not horrible news. It's stuff I kind of already knew. Because when I had the radiation, obviously your breast is in front of your lungs and my lymph nodes, and the way they did a complete circle around. So anywhere that radiation touched, um, which unfortunately was part of my left lung, um, so the top part of my left lung is not working properly. So I know that's why you guys, sometimes you'll hear me, I'm working on 3/4 of lung space. Uh, Obviously, there's really nothing they can do about that. It's something I can live with. I'm not like the most active person in the world, so it's not like I'm running marathons and would have to worry about that. Um, and of course, one other thing that they did find is some calcium in my coronary artery, the main artery that returns blood to the heart. That's normal when you start getting older. Things like that happen. I just got to wait till my doctor reviews all the scans and stuff, and I'm sure she'll get in touch with me and decide what. Yeah, no more triathlons for me because I was winning them all. Um, but all in all, guys, I am ecstatic over the results of both appointments. Next week appointment on Thursday is just my 6 month follow up with my oncologist. I'll have to go have blood work done before that appointment, but I don't foresee any problems there. My numbers and hang on, that's a long post. Understand your address and with you on not having cancer. Yes, the chemo and radiation do damage. I have issues as well from all the messages. Yep. So you get it, Robin. It's like I said. It's I'd say 95% great news that happened today. So I actually was just sitting in the waiting room after I checked in and going, I wonder if the results are in, and they were there. So I'm like trying to read really quick, and I was able to get the major gist of it before I went in, and then I went over it again when I got back to the car or truck, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, I mean, I'm very happy. Unfortunately, Vinny's not here, so I was going to tell him all of this first, but he's over helping his dad do some stuff. So you know what that means. What does that mean? What does that mean, Mindy? Really? You had to go there? You had to go there. She went there. I have one vice in my life, and leave me alone. All right, moving on from that. We're not going to discuss. Not going to discuss. Let's see. Yeah, Vicky, that's... Yes, thanks, Henny. Everyone, thumbs up, please. Thumbs up. Wait, what? Yes, honey. Exactly. It's getting closer. It's getting closer for sure. Thanks, Jane Ann. It is easier said than done. And, I try to keep it off my lives. I just, it is what it is. It's nothing that I don't know. Um, so yeah, anyway, now that Mindy got me all derailed, I don't even know what I was going to say. Mm, don't know. How did you not know, Henny? It's not like I hit it when you were here. Yeah, I was standing right next to you in the driveway. All right, well, I mean, it's out of the bag now, so you just didn't pay attention. That was what it was. I know Mindy cares. Everyone always cares. And same Tammy, it's the only real bad habit I have. And, well, yeah, Mindy. How many times do I tell you? I'm like, hold on, I'm gonna finish this before I start a live. Yeah, honey, really? That's why I'm laughing. I'm like, how did you not know? So, and especially knowing, it was just confirmed. I knew there was problems with my lung after the radiation. Yeah, I that was just the other day, wasn't it? Because I was like, I pointed at something and I'm like, oh, what the hell did I just do? So, yeah, and see, there's yeah. So it's coming, and of course I get grief from my son and everyone. Yep, I got run over by a big old bus. Thanks, Mindy. I'm still not going to smoke on my lives because it just doesn't look right. And, and when Jay goes live, when I'm at the farm, I always go hide somewhere so I don't accidentally get, on the camera. And he's really good about it because he saw me by my truck one time and he kind of went the other way until I went around the other side of my truck and then let's see, I just woke up one night and said, I am done. Awesome, Henny. And that's pretty much what's going to happen with me. It's just going to come to that one day where, yeah, let's just not mention it anymore. Yeah, Diane, I'm with you. All right, moving on. Let's talk about something else. What do we want to talk about? Something kind of fun, I guess. Let's talk about 3D printing. Yep, 3D printing. We're on 3D printing now. So, I know there's a lot of comments under that post that I did. Yeah, the weather is really beautiful. um, and I will get back to those. I started to read them and like just react to some of them. But let's see. Let's talk about how it's not hot as heck in New York for a week. Yeah, the only thing that stinks about that is um my pool. I missed 2 weeks and 3 days of really hot weather to be in my pool. I mean, thankfully, at least down at SFF, there was. Yeah, we saved for that for quite a while because my son was asking for him. I know you live in Pennsylvania, Holly, but not everybody does. Um, and there's so much more with those 3D. models though. And I know I saw one lady had asked about doing her Shih Tzus. Um, Holly lives in Canada. God, you guys are confusing me. It's not hard to do. Um, but there's so much out there. If you guys go to those links that I put on there, just oops, that was my honey texting me about the leak in the toilet seat over there. Um, yeah, if you go to those links and just search whatever you want to search, stars, moons, cats, dogs, whatever. Yes, please pray for Pluto's family. That was heartbreaking to see that. Oh, you're delayed because you're driving. Gotcha. Sorry, Jeanette. And now you know why I turned my notifications off when I went live when I was stalking Mindy at work, because if she had, it's very loud and she would have heard that and been like, wait a minute. Yeah, hold on. I will turn that off. There we go. All right. So there. That's not going to happen again. Say hi. You know you wanna.
Oh, you're live?
Yeah, I'm live.
Hi.
My little sidekick just showed up.
We got a powerful
Hey,
fan.
Nobody cares about your powerful fan. Jeanette says, hey, Shane.
Hi.
Come in here. There he is. Gets a hair. He was supposed to get a haircut today, but I guess there was some power issues down in town, so they changed it to tomorrow.
No.
I know. I saw they're gonna name that Pluto's Pond. It's gonna be so nice.
Hi, everyone.
Ah. Mindy said, hey, buddy.
Hi.
Dorinda said, hi, Shane. Jane Ann said, hi. Don't, because those can't be seen. There's something that's 3D printed here, but I can't put them on a live in case a certain person happens to pop on or watch it later. Henny says, hi.
Hi.
Everyone asks how she's going. He hasn't started yet. He starts next Wednesday. In New York, they don't start until after Labor Day. Hey, Michelle. Hey, Cheryl.
We're watching Lester.
Are you selling them? Yes, I'm selling 3D models. If you go to the main Lucky Clover Farm page, I have a couple posts up. One shows some of the things that I've printed here. We've printed a lot more than just that. I asked you not to pop those. I need them for shipping. Pop in my bubbles.
For what shipping?
3D
prints?
Yes.
It's only truck caps. We're selling those.
Don't you have a game to go play?
No, it's dead.
Oh, man.
I spent like 2 hours on that game.
Hey,
just
Deborah.
sitting there waiting for my gold to be reached.
Okay, I'm talking to people, so shh. Don't do it. I'm gonna kill my cat.
Bye.
That's why I only had one. Anyway, so
There's another kid showing up.
yeah, so like I said, you can pick whatever you want. And like that one lady's comment I read, she wanted little Shih Tzus done, and she wants to send me pictures of her so I can make the colors just like them, which I can do as long as I can get a model. Like, it's easy to find a Shih Tzu model. Thanks, Tammy. So I don't like just asking for help without giving something in return. And I figured this is a way I can make a little extra money. I do still offer the shirts. I'm working on getting a sublimation printer, which, oh, Mindy, I talked to her. She's got get it out of the closet, and she's going to test it all, make sure it's still working good. So I am in the works to getting a sublimation printer so I can do, better things on the shirt. Like this thing, it's just the Walmart iron-ons. And I've noticed after some washes it starts to peel a little bit, especially if you don't wash it in cold, which my other shirt that actually has my name on it and the logo on the back, my hubby washed on warm and it's really peeling. So I just want something that's going to be a little more durable so you guys get your money's worth. Um, Henny, message me your address and I'll figure it out for you. Um, Honestly, felt bad upping my shipping from $5 to $6, and that didn't even cover the shipping for the two packages I just sent out yesterday, and they weighed nothing. They were just envelopes, regular size looking envelopes, but they were the manila kind that, fold down and stick and had the little thing that you open up. And all I did was bubble wrap the little valve stem things and put them in a little tiny Ziploc baggie and put it in there. I mean, it was like light as a feather. And it was over $7 for one package. And that's to the US. I was like, holy crap. So, I mean, I'm going to leave my shipping at $6 because I'll just eat the rest. But, I mean, I figured it was only going to cost like $5 to actually ship. And I was just going to eat the cost of like my shipping materials because obviously I had to buy the envelopes, buy the little baggies. Um, I know, but I'm like, man, you're paying almost as much to have them shipped as you are for the item. No, I don't use pirate ship. I'll have to look into it. I've heard of it. I really should do that to make it a little cheaper. There's no choice to do it. If you do UPS, it's less expensive. Yeah, we have a UPS store that's not far. It's in the couple towns over. So I could definitely send them UPS for you, honey. I'll actually put yours in a box because they're going to be going so far. A small box. But like, shipping in the US, I just figured, envelopes with some bubble wrap around the stuff and in a little baggie should be fine. Oh, awesome, Deborah. I'm going to look into that tonight. But, you live and learn. I haven't really been shipping anything, so I you know, didn't know. But yeah, I will look into that for sure for the small stuff. And then if I have to, like ship to Henny or, outside or even to Canada, I'll look into that pirate ship too. So I'll use UPS for like outside the country. Inside the country, I'll try with that pirate ship. So that sounds awesome. See, this is good. That's why I like talking with you guys. You give me ideas, and it's like I don't want to like. Let's see. I have an idea. You bring a 3D print, make something, and bring it to meet me at the border, and I'll meet you at the border to pick up. Yeah, I don't think they're gonna go for that. As we're both being frisked, I'm gonna be like, "Where's the line?" Because I don't have a passport. I need to either get my enhanced license or a passport because I do want to take my son, to the Canadian side of Niagara Falls and all that stuff, and can't do it. That would be funny. They'd be strip searching my vehicle and over some little plastic things. Oh, geez, honey, I didn't even know that. That's crazy. Huh. That's weird. Because anytime I order something and have it shipped here from out of the country, I don't have to pay extra. Oh, wow. They get you coming and going. It's so hard. I mean, I could try to put it on like a little boat and I could send it across the river, but you might have to like wait like miles down the river before it got over there. So yeah, all right. I'll look into pirate ship, and I still haven't finished the little Shih Tzu story. Oh, it's a rule in the Netherlands. Gotcha. Um, so she's gonna send me. I'm gonna send her pictures of the models I found, and let her pick one, and then she's gonna send me the pictures of the dogs, and that's when I can go in and like change all the colorings and all that stuff. um, so she I can do stuff like that, if like say Mindy wanted a little basset hound done. I could find a basset hound 3D model, and then I can go in and um, make, change all the colors to make it just like Sissy. I don't know if you guys saw when I posted, I did Mystique, my little black and white goat, only because she was the easiest one, two colors and very clean patterns on her. Um, so I did a 3D model of her. I'll tell you, it took quite a while to do that because I have to keep blowing it up and moving it over and making sure that the edges are just right. Um, so it takes a long time to design those. And I mean, I'm just sitting here watching TV or, lives on my laptop, or on my phone. So I can do the work on my laptop while I'm doing that. So that's the designing time isn't that bad. It's the print time that's hard because to print that goat just as a solid color would take an hour. So that's a $10 item. To print that goat in just the two colors brought it up to over an hour and a half because I didn't even realize it till I started printing. When you pick more than one color, what it does, and I know I'm not looking right at you guys, I'm looking at me, and I feel funny staring at the little hole on the side of my phone. Um, a print of Tom. I don't think so. Um, so when it's printing and it takes two colors, the first few layers are all black, so it's just printing black, and it does it layer by layer by layer, and it builds it up. Um, so when you get to where it's black and white, hey Ricardo, we're talking about 3D printing again. You missed my update. You'll have to back it up. Um, so when it gets to where it's black and white in the same layer, it'll do like all the black and then it has to switch. So what it does is it has to clean out the whole nozzle and it prints on this little extra block that sits off to the side. And it prints until it cleans out that color. Then it has to get the new color in and it'll extract some of that too to make sure that all the old color's out. And then it'll print the white. So then when it goes to the next level, it starts with the white and then it's got to switch back to the black. So it's switching back and forth, but it's got to keep it goes through twice as much filament. So that's why I do that extra charge. And like I try to explain to everybody, I'm not doing these extra charges just to be like, oh, well, I want more money. I want more. I'm doing it just because of my costs. I can't, you figure, I don't know how much electricity it costs to print something that prints for 2 hours, but I'm sure I can tell you my last 2 months of my electric bills have been over $600. Just electric. I don't have gas. We have propane. It's unreal. But that's a whole nother can of worms. Um, so, just the electric, the filament costs, the time, you know, stuff like that. That's, me having to drive to have it shipped, the gas money. So, that's why I am charging the prices I'm charging. I'm not. Yeah, it's a lot. Yeah, see, I mean, that's electric and gas. This is just electric. And you know, and this is ever since COVID, this has gotten worse and worse and worse. I can tell you back in 2020, 2019, 2020, my electric bills a month would range depending on, how much we ran the air conditioning or whatever, extra fans, would be like 140s to 190s. That's it every month. And this went on forever. Now, mind you, you all know we're on disability here. Very fixed income, and they give you that cost of living raise every year, like 2%. And bye, Janice. You have a good night. Um, but then your health insurance goes up, so that cost of living just got wiped out by how much the health insurance was. So it's like you're still not making any more money in your pocket. So now you go from the 140 to 190 a month forever, And all of a sudden it's jumping, the first jump, it was only like 2 to 300. And I was like, geez, that was horrible for me. Um, Thankfully I have a well, so I don't have a water bill. But then you sit here like this all the time because if something goes wrong, like when we first moved in here, we had to have the pump replaced. Um, yeah, everything keeps going up, Tammy, but our money. And that's why I'm doing kind of what I'm doing just to help make extra, to help, I don't want it to ever get to the point where I have to, yep, 2%, 10 steps back every January. Yep. But yeah, each year it keeps going up. And I mean, there was one bill I had last year that was $900. $900. I'm like, where are they getting this from? I don't, whether I read the meter myself or they have the guy that comes out and reads it, it makes no difference. It makes no difference. It's crazy because like it actually went back down to around $200 once, and then it jacked up to 700. And you know, yeah, it's it's crazy. But I said I wasn't going to talk about that. It was a whole nother can of worms. But here we are talking about it anyway. Back to my 3D printing. There is just so much you guys can choose from. I didn't realize how much was out there. Is a must to be able to survive these days. We all have to do something extra. It is, Mindy. It really is. And love you, Holly. Have a good night at work. So that's why the pricing's the way it is. And I'm not making a ton on these things, but it at least gives you guys something back instead of me just saying, hey, I can't make my electric bill this month. Can somebody just send me $20 here and there? That's not me. I'm not going to do that. Um, I know in the past, and when I did it again to Mindy today, we we know each other's struggles. So, exactly. It's a way I can try to make a little extra money. Um, everything's gone up, and I know the other day I mentioned that the bales of hay that I get are going up. I was paying $70 a bale. Now when I go to get this stuff because it's fresher, it's going to be this year's. It's going to be $100 a bale. I'm going through a bale a month with these guys. I mean, it's the big, huge bale, so it's not like I'm starving my goats. You can tell I'm not starving my goats. They're fat. Um, yeah, and food goes up. I have a teenage boy. I'm sure those of you that had a teenage boy know what I'm talking about. He eats everything that's not nailed down all day long. So it's rough. And I mean, we're getting toward the end of the month. We don't get paid until the 3rd, and we're getting things here and there. The kid goes through 2 gallons of milk in like a week, and everything, he just eats everything. Um, so we're getting toward the end of the month, and we're like, dude, we can't. And he's like, there's nothing to eat in this house. Well, there is. He just obviously can't cook it, and I don't either, Tammy. I really don't, but I make it work. Um, yeah, they do have the food pantries, and we do utilize that. Just I'm picky. I know we shouldn't be picky, but why would I take it from someone else if I'm not going to eat it? And yeah, prices have gotten insane. We do get a little extra help through our what am I trying to say? Through our health insurance. Um, because I'm dual covered with Medicaid and Medicare. They do give me. I have a card that they put $200 a month on, and you can use that for utilities or food stuff. And Vinny also gets the same, so he uses it toward food. I put it toward the electric bill, and that doesn't even cover it. So it it used to. I mean, when I first started getting that, I could pay the whole bill, and I'd still have a little left over to go get some more groceries with. And now, I'm like, well, that at least knocked my bill down to $400. So it's, you know, it was time I really needed to start doing something to help out. So, we had, like I said, we had saved, finally got the kid his 3D printer. He barely uses it. So I'm like, I'm going to start printing stuff because this stuff is freaking cool, And, oh, I need to get my drink. Hold on. My throat's getting dry. Do, 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 do. Uh, oh, jeez. Um, I, do you ever have to call Debbie was it Debbie, right? Yeah. Do you ever have to call like a representative to check on health insurances for you? Because that's what the one I was on last year, knocked me down to $100. They cut me right in half, and I'm like, I can't, I can't do this. I need, the 200 at least. I wish it was more so I could pay my whole electric bill, but um, so the representative searched around and found me, and I ended up on the same insurance that Vinny had. Um, yeah, Diane, it's rough, and you know, I'm not gonna lie. Part of it was my own fault because I took on 8 Nubians. Um, I fought for 3 months. Copay went up 200, went down. Oh my God, that's awful. Awful. I mean, I don't know about other states, but because I was already on Medicaid when I was like out of work and before I got accepted for disability and got on Medicare, they kept the Medicaid. So I'm like dual covered. Um, and thank God because my Medicaid pays my premiums for Medicare because the extra, that part C and D or whatever it is, or I'd be really screwed. I'd probably have 5 goats and that would all be all I could afford. But because they had done all that, I had the extra money to take care of what I had. Yeah, Tammy, I thought I was crazy after they actually got here, and I'm like, oh my, I did not realize how much that they eat twice as much as a Nigerian. So, but if it got to the point where I really knew I could not handle having them anymore, I would, I'm not getting rid of them. I would, you know, get back with Jay and say, hey, this is what the problem is. Is there any way you could try to, they can stay here until he could find someone else that would take them all. But I mean, we're not at that point yet at all. But winter's coming, we'll see. And that's why I try to take them and let them. Yeah, I've heard that like Canada, there's some other countries that do it too that have the free healthcare, but how, everyone that I've kind of talked to that has that says, they have it's free healthcare, but it's not great healthcare, so you end up paying, so much in your copays and all that it's, like you said, it doesn't cover everything. But and I'm thankful that I am dual covered because it covers everything. My prescriptions I have no copay for. Um, I have no doctor copays. It covers the whole thing. There's some things, and there's bad parts about it. Like I have to get prior authorizations for a lot of stuff, and obviously I have some medical issues, but I do have to get prior authorization for some of the stuff for them to actually cover it. And sometimes they'll say, no, we're not doing this, but we'll let you do this. Yes, I am. I figured it out. They update every day, but it's like 4 days behind. So like today it updated for the 22nd, and I'm like at 2000, I'm almost at 2700. So I'm getting close. Um we shall see. But I have a roof over my head. We do have, food in the house. The goats and everything have food in the house, and or not in the house, in their house. My dogs are fed, my cats are fed, the chickens are fed. Everybody's fed. That's, you know, it's the extras that I miss being able to get for them. And a lot of those extras I try to put on my Amazon wish list. And yeah, once I can make some money, I mean, I do make money from Facebook, obviously not them, because it's like pennies for what they're like, oh, this content earned you 47 cents. I'm like, hey, thanks. With Facebook, it's only the stars that give me a lot of money. And again, I don't want you guys to, be the ones that are funding me, directly, if that makes any sense. Oh, I don't want to talk about dental. Don't even, don't even talk about dental. Yeah, we're all right. I'm not talking. Well, that's another day. We already did the electric thing that I didn't want to do. So, yeah. So if I can make the 3D things, if I can, eventually get the shirts going again, I do still have the hats available because the hats I have patches that I will sew on. Um, they are up in my featured post. If you want a hat, you can pick. I have them all numbered. You can pick whatever color you want, and I can do that up for you. Oh, Ricardo, don't make me cry. You're the sweetest. If you win that lottery, you are moving this way, right, Ricardo? And you could bring Pancho and all his family and friends. Um, we'd love to have you over here. I mean, I don't think they would love it because they're going to have to deal with winter, but it's beautiful. Yeah, so definitely check out the websites for, I mean, you can even do your own search. Just look up, 3D model or 3D print files, something like that. And they'll give you other pages. I mean, I only will use the ones that I don't have to pay for the print file. There's tons of the four that I put down, all are free. So I can download and print any of those for free. Um, yep. All right. You retracted it, Mindy, but yeah, I agree. uh, I'm trying. There's a lot of comments jumped, so I didn't get to. I know, Debbie. And I don't even like talking like I'm talking with you guys right now because to me it feels like I'm asking, and I don't wanna. I don't want to ask. I'd rather I want to get monetized on YouTube so bad so that they'll be the ones that have to pay me. You're the only animal here, Diane. um, but it helps. I mean, kind of having like a little. Well, I feel like we're having a little heart to heart, just to give you a glimpse into my daily life, and I didn't plan on getting breast cancer. I didn't plan on getting skin cancer. Nobody plans on that stuff. Um, but unfortunately, I have a severe love of animals, and oh, I get it, Diane. I mean, I could never have a farm as big as Jay, and I'm happy with what I have here, and I love all my animals to death. They're my babies. I mean, you guys see them. They're always up in my grill, and I love them and they love me, and that's what you need. I got the goats not long after I was done with my treatment for breast cancer because I knew I wasn't going to. I didn't have them before that because, I was working and I didn't want to. Yeah, that workload is crazy, crazy, crazy. Oh my God, Pam. I get it. I get it, Pam. I have nice egg, which is the Western, um, not totally Western New York, but like the next one over. And it's insane. And when we even have a Facebook page that says Nice Egg needs to be held accountable, and everyone's on there just, I've and it's not like I just sat back and took it from them. I went to the Better Business Bureau. I wrote to senators. I wrote, I sent emails to so many people, and I'm like, what is going on? They're killing us. I'm like, I said, I am like a lot of people on fixed income. I can't work overtime. I can't, not, and I know like Mindy, she knows Walmart does not like to do overtime. They do sometimes, but, so I get it. She's, even though she's working, she's struggling just as much as the rest of us because everything keeps going up except for our money. So, eventually it gets to, your money, everything keeps going up, and this is your threshold, and eventually they meet. And um, where do you go from there? I used to have excellent credit. I mean, we're talking excellent. My credit got over 800. Beautiful. Well, after I lost my job, it started being, well, we need these meds for the dogs, or we need, I got to take the dogs to the vet. I got to do that. Well, it was so easy to go, well, I'll just put it on the credit card and pay it later. Yep, I'm in that boat too. Um, the only good thing is I found out that they cannot garnish Social Security disability. So they can yell at me all they want. So anyway, Carrie Mansion, if I buy a football stadium and we can have our animals and we can all live in the football stadium. Why do you guys keep retracting your messages? I already read it. Yeah, workers' comp. Yeah, that doesn't go up. Yeah, that's. Oh, I'm being called. I'm being called. Okay. Are we ready to go out? Come on. Let's go. Hey, get. Oh. Come on, doggies. Come on, doggies. Come on. Great dogs. Alright. I'm sorry for the noise, but that's my pool pump. It's a little loud because it's up against the house here. Alright, let me see what I've missed. Barking, barking, barking. Yes. Yes, Tammy, and that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to make it so just you guys interacting with me and supporting me is enough, and let YouTube, Facebook, whatever, pay me, not you guys. So it doesn't take away from you. It you get to see my cute little animals and my face. I just want it to run that way, and not. I don't want people to feel like, oh, well, I'm going to just send her stars because she needs the money. No, I don't want that. I just want you to, be here with me, conversating with me, and, and anyone that owns animals knows animal people love to show their animals off. So that's just like these guys. Look at her. She's nuts. That's Daisy May rolling around, and that's my Judge. Oh my God, this dog is shedding. I brush him and brush him and brush him, and he's still got patches. You can see his patches. He got itchy nose. Got itchy nose. Daisy May. Daisy May. Oh, hey, no, none of that. Sit. No, sit. Shake it. No. What are you doing? Back it up. Sit. Sit. All right, they're too crazy. They're not going to do this. That's it. Go kill each other. Go on. So now that I have you guys up here, and again, I'm sorry for the extra noise, but this is the view I get when I come out in the morning and let the dogs out. Every morning I come out here and I thank God for what I have. I just, got some dog beds I gotta wash. Let me go up over that. And I just look around, I can see all the pens. The girls are probably hanging out in the shade somewhere. I can see all my pens, girls, boys, and the noobs. And I'm just so appreciative for what I have. I don't take it for granted ever. Because, you never know. Oh, Jane Ann. The chocolate one is Judge. Look at them. Is Judge. And the yellow lab is Daisy May. Here, she's so vicious. She snaps like a crocodile. Exactly, Debbie. And that's, I've had this view for 15 years. Obviously, we've added and added and added. And then, cancer happened, and then goats happened. I was depressed, very depressed after all that, and the goats brought me out of that depression. And then I met other goat people, and I've been happy, so happy. And then, I found out about SFF and saw how, they were. Yep, Daisy. Well, it's Daisy May, but we call her Daisy. And Judge. Yep, you spelled them right. And now I forgot what I was saying again. Oh yeah, the goats. I SFF, and then I'm like, well, geez, if they can do it, and I'm not looking to make a ton of money, just enough to feed my animals and cover vet bills. That's all I want. I don't want $1 million. I mean, I would take it if somebody gave it to me, but I'm not crazy, stupid. But I just don't want to have to worry. That's, and I do. I worry a lot. Oh, you can see Mary Kate's sunbeaming it over there. Can you see her? That's as far as I can. I don't know where the other two are. They're probably in the weeds. Just hanging out. She still lays me eggs. Oh, there's that stupid clip again. Stop it. One of these days I'll fix that. Oh, the noobs are all relaxing. Got the boys out there. They're all grazing. Alan's climbing the fence. I don't know why. Maybe he thinks he can reach the... Makes you want to have a chicken salad for dinner, Ricardo. Just don't use poncho. Uh-oh. Somebody heard Mommy's voice. Oops, where are we? Goody goats! Hi, babies! There's a few of them just wandering around. It's their lazy time of day. Oh, I called goaty goats and now all my chickens are running. Chicky, chicky, chickies! I'm sorry, guys. I don't really have anything for you right now. I was just showing everyone how you run to me. Let's see. I'm going to cry. Do you have a chocolate lip? Please. Oh, yeah, I do have a chocolate lab. He's right there. That's... Ooh. Hang on. There we go. That's Judge. That's Judgy. And she's our special one. That's Daisy May. I've had labs for 30 years. Gone through quite a few of them. Some live to be like 14 years old, and some I lost as early as 7 because they had Judge and Daisy May. Sorry, not Maisie. What are you doing? What are you doing? You gonna get your tail? Get the tail. She gets on her back. I hope she does it for you guys. She gets on her back and she like curls herself in a C, trying to bite her tail. Like she's attacking it. Yes, Daisy May, you got it. You gonna get it? You gonna get that tail? There she goes. Get it. Get the tail. Get the tail. Alright. She's so dumb. She really is. She's a blonde. No offense. Daisy May. Get it. Get the tail. Once in a while she grabs it. Yes, Judge, I love you too. No, now he's gonna go attack her. These two. Oh, that's funny, Jane Ann. My girls. They still haven't picked up that propane tank. Oh, chicken fight. Oh, sorry. They're all hanging out. I've had you guys on for about an hour now. I think that's good. I really need to get rid of these because they're blocking my view. I need new covers. They like to dig for... They're looking for snakes or whatever. And then they make holes in them. What? Can you sit? Can you shake? Oh. No, I meant sit and then shake. Shake. Good boy. Give me the other one. Sit. Daisy. Oh, forget it. Ah, gotcha, Ricardo. Oh my God. Yeah. And I have the only two labs that don't like to swim. Bentley has everything on them. I bring them down there and they'll stand on the steps. That's as far as they'll go. Daisy's, well, you see, she's kind of klutzy. So she falls in once in a while and she's like, oh my God. I mean, they can swim. They just choose not to. I tried everything. I tried treats and balls and frisbees and I'm not just gonna push them in because then they'll be even more scared. Oh, that's cute, Jane Ann. She was 16. Wow. Yeah, I got my two little dogs. They're still in the house. They don't like to come out unless they really gotta go to the bathroom. They're old. Got Jeter, who's 16, and I have Swisher, who will be 16 in October. Yeah. And then in January, Jeter will turn 17. So they're old. They're old, but they're still both doing good. And Jeter's got hardly any teeth. Swisher is missing one eye because he had a glaucoma that burst once. Or a cataract, not a glaucoma. Oh, I know. That's the hardest part is losing them. It's awful. What did Debbie say? Bentley isn't normal though. He's yeah, exactly. Exactly. So I'm gonna go get blessed by a priest or a witch or something before I go down there for Bloomsburg because if that curse follows me again, I'm done. I'm never going back again. I can't deal with this. There she goes again. Go get it. Go get your tail. Wow, that's really long for a Rottweiler, Ricardo. Usually, I know a lot of my friends have had them, and they were even from really good, like German lines and everything, and healthy lines, and they didn't live as long. A lot of them ended up with cancer because that's a high thing in the Rottweilers. Nuts. All right, guys, I am going to let you go now. I promise. You can say goodbye to Daisy's butt. Daisy May. Daisy May. Are you silly? Can you sit? It's a good girl. She is pretty. All right, guys. You all have a lucky night. And we'll talk soon. Bye, guys.